Race for the White House right now, and everything on the table. Donald Trump has released a scathing new video targeting Bill Clinton and women, and the Clinton camp is going after Trump's record in business. ABC's Tom Llamas tracking it all. Good morning, Tom.
George, good morning to you. The attacks escalating, both campaigns digging deep to expose past scandals, and now Trump even discussing the suicide of a close Clinton friend.
Overnight, Donald Trump claiming he has no other choice but to go after former President Bill Clinton's sex scandals.
You know, they're dirty players. They've been dirty players historically, and I have to fight back the way I have to fight back.
Trump posting this video on Instagram.
I was very nervous.
That's the voice of Monica Lewinsky. The image, Bill Clinton smoking a cigar. And other women who've accused the former president of sexual misconduct in discredited or unsubstantiated cases, including Juanita Broaddrick. Then, the video cuts to Hillary laughing. The Clinton campaign says the allegations are from 2 decades ago, and Trump's play, a bad strategy.
The last thing we need is a bully in the pulpit.
And this morning, Clinton fighting back with this video, saying Trump was rooting for the 2008 recession years before it happened.
If there is a bubble burst, as they call it, you can make a lot of money.
Clinton now trying to prove to voters that Trump, in her words, is a disaster waiting to happen.
He could bankrupt America like he's bankrupted his companies.
The GOP takedown turning into a family affair. Bill Clinton questioning Trump's wealth.
Her opponent, who never tires of telling us how much richer he is than the rest of us, won't release his tax returns.
But Hillary still fighting a war on 2 fronts. Overnight, Senator Bernie Sanders blasting her for declining to debate ahead of the all-important California primary and saying the race is far from over.
We're going to win here in California. We're going to go marching to the Democratic convention with a hell of a lot of momentum.
The Washington Post reporting Trump is also willing to discuss some conspiracy theories that involve the Clintons, including the death of their friend and White House aide Vince Foster. Trump calling his suicide, quote, very fishy. Kenneth Starr, the independent counsel who looked into this matter, among others, issued a report confirming what others found. Foster's death was a suicide. George?
Okay, Tom, let's talk about this now with our consultants Cokie Roberts and Matthew Dowd. And Cokie, let me begin with you. Donald Trump going into the playbook of the 1990s right there, going back to so many of these issues that were discussed right then. The question is, what kind of relevance is it going to have for voters right now?
I think probably very little. Now, he says that a lot of people don't remember these things because they weren't born. But, look, this election is going to come down to how white women vote. And I think that the fact is that that women will be very upset if they think that that another woman is being blamed for her husband's infidelities.
You agree with that, Matt?
No, I actually think, one of the things about Donald Trump, George, as we've talked about, is he was smarter where voters were among 16, 17 candidates in the primary. I think he has a very good tact on where the voters are today. First of all, I think this argument, one, reminds voters that she's of the past. And for voters under 40, they have no idea about this, so it basically places her in the past. 2, GOP voters want to litigate this issue, so it helps him consolidate the base very quickly, which he's done in the course of this argument. And 3, it underlines his trust issue, and that I think is one of his main arguments against her. In the short term, I actually think it's a good play for Donald Trump.
So those are in the short term. Go ahead, Cokie.
Well, but I think he's really consolidated his base. I think the Republicans have come together behind him, despite all of their angsting in the earlier days. And now he's going to have to shore up those independent voters. And he is coming across as a bully. And the smart thing for her to do is just not engage on this.
And Matt, the Clinton campaign making it pretty clear that Secretary Clinton is not going to engage on these kind of allegations. But you do see her fighting back now on Donald Trump's record in business. He's going to bankrupt America like he bankrupted his business. Is that an effective attack?
Well, I think ultimately this election is going to be decided upon the economy, George, and I think the only way she's going to be able to beat Donald Trump is she's got to figure out a way to knock down his business acumen. Because if this is an argument between a businessman and a politician, which Hillary Clinton is, he's going to win unless she underlines it. So I think in the end, that's the main argument she has to make, is try to knock down his business acumen.
Cokie, I see you nodding your head, so on that one you guys agree.
I agree with that completely. She needs to show ads like Obama did against Mitt Romney, of white people being put out of work, of saying he's not for you.
Cokie Roberts, Matt Dowd, thanks very much. And Bernie Sanders is going to be live on The View this morning at 11 Eastern right here on ABC.